Welcome everybody back to another BOLDcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is Haikyuu Season 2, Episode 13. It's been about 2 to 2.5 months since we reacted to the show last. So yeah, I hope you guys kind of stick with us. We took a little bit of a break for personal reasons. There's a video on our channel explaining kind of what the deal was there. But yeah, so we're getting right into this. And last time we fought that team of like delinquent guys and did all that stuff. And now we're gonna see what happens this time. Really excited to get back into it. Hope you guys leave a like and subscribe. Thank you to everybody who stayed a patron over this time. And if you guys want to go over to Patreon and see some more episodes there are a few episodes ahead over there, so go check that out. Let's link to the description. It really helps us out. So yeah, anything you want to say before we get into it?
No, it's very nerve-wracking to be reacting again, but well, we decided to start off with Haikyuu because we love this show and it's very wholesome and very fun, and so I'm excited.
Let's go. Oh yeah, this tall dude.
That was some feels. He doesn't even know how to play. He's just tall.
I think, yeah, they drafted him just because he was so goddamn tall. I wonder how he feels about that.
Yeah.
Does he feel like a tool? Yeah. Does he feel just like, oh, they're just using me because I'm tall? They don't actually.
Or
give
does
a
he
shit.
just like not like? Is he indifferent about it? I guess we'll find out.
Probably not. What's that? Tiny cuts. Excited about the OP. I listen to this song all the time, but I haven't seen the OP since we stopped watching. Yeah, get it, Mushi.
That's really rough. Well,
there's no shot
No.
in hell.
Yeah, at that point you might as well just like not block and try to like just
get off the net.
Yeah.
Try to get the angle, kind of go back a little bit. Fuck's sake.
Too tall.
What do you do about that though?
I guess try to like put it. I don't know.
You got to do the Bokuto thing where you just go.
Everyone wants to come see this freakishly
This
tall
giant
guy.
freak of nature. Exactly. Exactly. Even skill, even like, that's why, oh, head. Well, yeah, that's why there's a team. But yeah, that's why weight classes exist in like the UFC, because even if tiny guy is like way more skilled than the giant heavyweight, the heavyweight's a giant, like muscle-bound god.
Well.
That'd be really annoying while you're playing.
Yeah.
Have a couple of the fucking peanut gallery over there.
さえ上がれば全部チャンスボールなんだよ。これ届かんだ。しかし先生
What's the plan?
やらいって感じだな。
そんなことあるもん。
公式戦でこの活躍はすげえぜ。
His first official match.
よそにエースがいるのと同じに、うちには100ザーが活躍するってことは、それだけ俺たちが薄かろうともな。だから、どうだ、うちの100ザーすげえだろ。
そうですね。俺たちは100座を生かすだけ。ワンマンと言われようと、もちろん勝つスタイルです。どうした？
あの10番、あの身長で必死に飛んでんのに、なんかかわいそうだな。
おい、嫌味か。
あ、いや、
まあ確かに身長のせいでバレエ始めて半年も経たない100座に残酷な話だ。
バレエってパスとか難しいけど、なんつうか単純っすね。
どんなに飛んでも上から撃たれるの。
あ、落ち着く。
Learn how to fly.
空中戦だけがバレーボールじゃないぜ。気づいたことがある。
What?
Oh, they don't tell
Well,
us.
that's how you know it's gonna work, though.
Yeah.
You just gotta get, yeah, like you said, your defense. Just stop fighting it right there.
そんで今、おそらく角側の9番はコースの内訳ができる。
体の向きそのままクロス方向にだけ打ってきてる。
Because he's so new, he only has literally one technique.
Yeah, and that's tall.
Yeah.
逆に言えば角側の9番はそれだけで他を圧倒できるし、
だから、あの9番が打ってくるとき、ストレートを捨てよう。
Straight.
Nice. Yeah, they know exactly where it's gonna go. Nice.
してだったけどね。
すげえぜ、カラスのメトルの攻撃にきっちり対処しやがって。どう攻撃を決めるかだな。サム、おうさ。
今日はなんかいい。
Is that why he keeps doing this over and over?
今日はなんかいい感じなんだっていいですか。
Looks like my dog when he's really hungry.
It's a good day to be feeling good, by the way.
Yeah.
ブロックの時は君はボールだけを。
Oh, that was so sick. That was such a cool way of showing that. It just like disappears.
Yeah.
And then just like the delayed reaction. Oh, that was so good.
That was cool.
What is that face?
おそらくこの予選ダントツの最高身長最も翻弄するのは。
I mean, if he, what is he, a first year?
He could.
At
he could,
fucking 6'7", he must literally have gigantism. Like,
well, I mean, he could be like if he just started, he could just be a random guy at
like a
the
transfer
school,
student or something.
and then they're just like, oh, play.
But they would probably ask him earlier. Like,
I guess.
I hope we find out like what made him. We probably will. I hope so.
なんつうか単純っすね。どこがだ。俺は201センチ。こいつは162センチだぞ。
Oh, does he have like an ego about his height? Or it's just surprising, probably.
Yeah.
The first time you've ever been bested like that.
We got literally 1 point.
いやいや先生、少し前までのカラスのだぜ。
すごい端っこにいる。サーブで狙わせないためだって菅原さん。まあ俺に狙う技術ないけども。
攻撃だけに専念するスパイカーは珍しくないです。角側の場合は9番が他のメンバーに守られてるって感じです。
9番が公園に下がるとほっとしますね。
Nice receive.
Was that his head or his shoulder? I
I
couldn't see.
don't know. It just got.
Just belted his ass.
ボールは全部徹底して練習してきたんだろうな。9番が後ろに下がってる間、時際の空中戦はこっちが上だ。
Yes.
Damn, look at him go. Oh, it's still pretty close. They made it look like they were just kicking their ass.
It's, well, they had an early lead. They, like, it was a while before they even got one.
テンポのことはちゃんと覚えてるか
Maybe I need a refresher on the tempos.
上げたトスに合わせて
Oh, good, we're getting one.
持って助走を始めるスパイクがサードテンポ上がるのと同時に助走を始めて打つのがセカンドテンポ先に助走に入ってきてそこにトスを合わせるのがファーストテンポ
ブロックに勝つということはブロックよりも高い打点から打つということちび太郎対2メートルより先にてっぺんに到達した者が勝利ちび太郎のあの速攻は厳密にはファーストテンポ
It's a 0.
トスを上げる時点でスパイカーが飛び踏切がすでに完了している
Yeah, it's quicker than a first tempo.
Yeah.
0.
マイナステンポ
Minus tempo だ.
Nice.
マイナステンポ
真似しようなんて思うんじゃねえぞマイナステンポとんでもなくやってるのは
I've trained Olympic athletes and I've literally never seen anything like it.
Honestly, it's kind of disturbing, but I guess it works for them.
まあいつもより調子がいいなと
It seems like something that was written down by some crazed author
きっち
madman.
り練習したんだここ以外のことまあ最初のフェイントあっさり止められてせえな堅実に止めましょうだなこの10番がブロックの手に負えないのは確かです客沢も同じですエントリー合戦ですね
There's some fire in him. Ooh!
Huh.
Oh shit. Before he was just like, oh, it's kind of boring. Now he's like, Yosha! Like,
Yeah.
武器を増やしてきたんだからな
僕があんなに大きい相手と戦ったんたちみたいな攻撃ができなきゃ勝てない
そんなわけあるか単体で勝てないなら
it's a team.
数を増やせばいい
4人同時に動き出した
とテンポを修
The synchronized attack! Fuck, that's so awesome, man.
It's so cool.
だけでも厄介なのに取り返します俺にできることそれだけなんで
奥側の9番相当消耗してるはずなのに迫力は
ナイスレシーブ俺が素人に近いのは事実点は取れる
Chance ball.
関係ない叩き落とせ
He's getting really into it.
This is the classic. This is very much like a Rock Lee type thing.
ブロック低いから角側追いつくチャンスだぜ
Except Hyakuzawa is more like Neji.
2メートル相手じゃチビに見えるよう言われてそうだ止められないなら
I want to watch all those serves side by side to see if they're the same animation. Okay, here we go.
少し止めろこれが無理ならさあだ
Just touch it.
Oh, nice.
ナイスだねがじゃないのなら俺の勝ちだ
Wait, is it a feint?
Or is it?
Oh no! Oh my god, is he actually? I called it! Is he actually gonna... Oh no.
But they touched it. I always get... Nice.
That's genius, man.
That's good. If they're gonna hit it anyway, but you just make it go wild. I would kind of get scared when he's like falling to the ground. I know that's
He's light as a
not
feather,
what happens,
man.
but I'm just like you land
You land on your neck and then
yeah.
you're paraplegic or quadriplegic for life.
Or just like land on your shoulder weird and then you can't. I don't know. I just get kind
Yeah.
of freaked out.
It's okay. Don't worry. He's gonna be fine.
I know. I know. There's like a bunch more seasons.
Yeah.
Everything, but
Just like, what if they did that though? Like halfway through the season, just randomly the main character pops their shoulder out.
おい行くぞお前ら
最後に
攻撃が達者になってもレシーブは相変わらずクソってる。
Calling him out for when it smacked him in the face.
お前ら夏休みの課題は大事だ。
Oh no. Is Inoshita gonna be the next captain? I wonder who's gonna be the next captain.
牛若ジャパンとよろしくお願いします。
Slow your roll there, Junior. Was he gonna be able to talk to him?
Oh.
Oh. Wait, that guy. Is that another character? The guy with the two-toned hair?
He's so scared.
He's trying to be the hero? Okay. Yeah.
Up next with him.
お前らが倒したのか。2メートル。
I think I saw this guy in like a poster or something.
Maybe. They're probably up next against them.
試合は超楽しい遊びだろ。一時を突破した人たちですか。俺たちは一次予選に出てますよ。
Is he sure Torizawa?
じゃあインターハイ予選ベスト8以内。そうだったかな。ベスト
It's pretty good then.
4。決定戦で当たることがあ
Wait.
ったら楽しく遊ぼうぜ。
Is he like one of those four, like the four top guys that were like above Bokuto?
I don't know.
He's somebody. He's somebody.
ひなたに興味が移ったみたいになんかごめんね。ありがとね。忘れ物。
Cute.
You get blurry for a second.
かわいい。
Is it from his sister? Yeah.
It's so cute though.
ひよこさん、遅くねえか。見に行く。
If they were there, it would have
I
got
know.
ugly, dude.
That's what Hinata said. He was just like, oh, and they're not even here.
Damn it. They could just feel it. Boogie.
Thank goodness you're safe.
かわいい包みの。
Let's check. Oh, this ending's so good.
I know, but I still wish it was the first one. Back on
Back
the
on
farm.
the farm. I really love this one. Makes me want to wake up at like 4 a.m. and go on a nice bike ride through the forest. Just all the like watercolor backgrounds are so nice. Not the third years, man. I'm so prematurely
It's sad.
depressed as out of my mind.
It'll never be the same.
It'll never be the same.
Honestly, it really sucks because, like, in a lot of, like, I don't know, I guess just in a lot of anime that, like, I guess at least that we've seen or whatever, they don't really, there's not really that dynamic of, like, oh, after this many years, these people are gone. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, like usually they die out.
Or they just stay, or
Yeah.
like it's not like
The
set.
focus
it's
is
not,
lost,
It's
yeah.
not like this is a normal school in a normal world where these guys are just gonna like go have a job afterwards, or
Right.
go to university,
school.
or you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of interesting, and I wonder, like, I just wonder how that's gonna go. Like, what new characters are gonna come. Luckily, I like every single person on the team and all the people on the opposing teams as well.
Yeah.
That's something the show does really well, is like you like almost every single person that is introduced, whether you like them or not. Like, everyone's a good character,
Right.
and most of them are likable. And I think that's interesting because I just like a lot of shows that I've seen, sometimes when like the changeover happens, and we haven't gotten to it yet, so I can't fully speak on it, but you know, sometimes that happens and then you just lose interest because the new characters are like not as good. They can't live up to how good the other ones were. And like over time you get more attached to them, but there's always that kind of like, you know? So I know that's not the point of this episode, but I was just thinking it'll be interesting when that does happen to see how they handle it and who they bring in, and you know, how they're gonna like remake the team in a new way.
Right. So what did you think of this episode?
I I really liked it. It was. I think that this was a good episode to come back to. Actually,
I think so too.
It was
I was afraid that we were gonna get right into it.
If we're gonna, I was also worried like if this is gonna be the start of like another like 5-episode long match.
Yeah.
That's gonna be really intense and like saying a lot. This one was just like a 1 episode.
Possibly set up for future season rivalries. Like maybe we'll see this dude again.
Yeah.
And it's just, is it the first or second match, or did we beat them and now we're moving on?
Yeah.
I guess it was just very. Maybe is there a losers bracket? I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think those guys are going home.
Yeah.
But it's
you know.
it was just a good one to come back to. I liked it. It was very like simple, like the struggle between them of like someone who's just very tall and like that's his thing, but very inexperienced, but is like still a force to be reckoned with.
It reminded me of the tuning exams. I said the Rock Lee thing. It's like to draw a kind of weird comparison or like kind of similar elements in like a tournament arc type thing. There's Neji, who's like the genius and who like has a lot of natural talent and is like, it doesn't matter how much you work, or like has this thing. It didn't go as far into that because that's not the point of the story. But you know, I there's no point. Like me, I don't need to work. Technique isn't as important because I just have so much overwhelming natural talent in my height that it doesn't matter. So it's just about smash it to the ground. Just believe in what I have. It doesn't like, you know, don't get caught up in all the little piddly bullshit. And then the fact that they won the match like with the synchronized attacks was huge, because that's a lot like, if you remember before obviously in this there was like the whole training arc and everything. Before the tuning exams, Rock Lee like showed off a little bit of his own attack like in a little grudge match against Sasuke that turned out to be kind of the wrong thing to do, because Sasuke saw it with his Sharingan and then immediately copied it when he got to the actual exam. So it was kind of like that, where it wasn't the same character, the same kind of a similar dynamic or whatever, but you know, before that they saw this thing, they got a glimpse into this extra thing they could do and then used it in the main thing against the genius who was, I don't know, like weird little parallels, weird little thing, like common things that you might see in other tournament arcs. But once again, I guess what I'm saying is the show handles those like little tropey type things and weaves them in a way that isn't super obvious and overt and still feels like its own thing, and makes like this, maybe has the same sort of little bit of theming in there about like natural talent versus technique. And like this was obviously about teamwork. Was the whole theme of this. Was the other team was focusing on, you know, their natural gift and talent, the one-man show type thing. All the other team was trying to do was just do what they can to set up their star player, whereas our team has been working all season to each individual person try to develop something new to bring it to the table and bring out their own potential,
and how all those things
help towards the team. So it's to reinforce, to show again this signpost. This is a good signpost of like, oh, this, you know, we're looking at a sort of infantile version of ourselves in a way, where, you know, we had our own thing of the freak quick, or of the third years in their chemistry or whatever, or Kageyama's just ability on his own as a setter. We had like this natural talent, and when we were relying on that, this is kind of what we look like to the other teams.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. This guy, although he's like new to the sport, it's very similar to Hinata of like very inexperienced, but has one good thing going for him, that is a natural ability. The technique is not there. Very similar to how Hinata, he could jump, but he kind of just fucking sucked at
exactly.
He sucked at everything else. He couldn't receive, couldn't serve, he could spike, but like didn't know any action. Like he could go like this and be up in the air, and it's
like, this is where we would be. Like this is what exactly, like this is the other side of the net. This could be a mirror into what we could be if we didn't spend the last couple months developing all this other stuff.
What they were. And also, since this guy is just starting out, it's giving a glimpse into, if this guy is a first year, if we see this team again, because he just started playing volleyball, but we could see throughout them, at first he was kind of like, whatever, like they were hyping him up and he was just kind of like serious about it, but throughout the match he got more and more interested. Even though he was getting tired, he was getting more and more intense.
He got a challenge,
way more passionate, And that will be interesting if we do see this team again, to see like if they've been inspired by our team basically, and you know, he's had more time to learn the skills and trying out new things to make the team stronger. I think that would be interesting if we were to see them again, because of how they reflect how like our team used to be.
Exactly.
And then when we see them again, if we can see the growth of like, they still have this guy who has a crazy thing of just being tall, but now he's worked it in, and the team is like doing some new interesting stuff.
Or maybe like, I don't know how long this is gonna go, but like maybe we don't see him for a long time. Maybe we don't see the other guys again, but maybe after this he sort of buckles down and thinks, maybe I do have a future in this. Maybe I can actually go somewhere, or maybe a coach takes special interest in him, and maybe if this I don't know how far the show goes, if it just follows their high school years, or if they go into college or whatever, or maybe an Olympic level thing or whatever, but you know, maybe we don't see him till then. Maybe like way down the line we're like, oh my god, we've played in high school like one time, and you know what happened? He's like, oh yeah, I just, you know, found the right people or did the right things. Maybe we don't see him for a long time. Maybe we don't see the team or whatever.
And maybe we never see him again.
Maybe we never see him again.
He was just a reflection on like what used to be, and you know, you can make it up for yourself.
Yeah, because I doubt we're gonna see every team. Yeah. You know,
they make every team feel
like
very important.
Yeah.
Similar to actually, we were just watching the God of High School OP and reminiscing about how in each of the fights for that show, they made the opponent very like favorable, like you kind of were on their side a little bit. You got a real glimpse into their struggles and their identity. And this is very similar of like, you become invested. You only see this team for an episode. Same with the last one. Same with like every team that we've played. You want to see them again. You want to see where they go and what they do and how it ends up for them. But you can't, the show can't just be like a revolving door of like, just going.
Making a rivalry with every person who crosses your path. That's not how life works.
But it would be cool to, you know, see them again, even if it's in passing, even if it's, remember we played those guys from last year? Oh, we just saw them. They beat this team, and that was, you know what I mean? Yeah. And you don't have to, but I think there is potential for that for certain teams. And
so, okay, moving on. There's this guy who was at the end, and they're going to be possibly facing him next. I don't know if he is like a guy that I saw on a poster or something, or if there's another guy with like two-toned hair who kind of looks like that. But interesting point with him is they're doing the thing again where they set up the next people that we're gonna face, and they give them a very dislikable intro, or a very like a scummy sort of glimpse into who they are. And I don't know if this is the one, because like that like they haven't gone this far of two guys basically trapping Kyoko, trying to hit on her and being like a little bit too forceful. Like she tries to walk away, gets interrupted by another guy, and then they still try and literally corner her, and they need to get stopped again. It's not like crossing the line necessarily, but it is really weird and maybe taking a step too far. So they're taking that step, and I said for the last couple teams and for the last little while, I'm wondering if the show's ever going to take a turn towards not just guy who is like super competitive or whatever, and that's why he's kind of a dick. Are we going towards the territory of this guy's just a bully? This guy is a douche, and maybe he'll have, you know, some redemption in his life elsewhere, but that's not the point of this character. The point of showing this character, like, we haven't had that kind of person yet, and I'm wondering if this guy's gonna be it. But with the trend of the show, and with the, again, we've talked about before, the how the show is just about, it's about like trying to succeed and succeeding and like having things pay off and being positivity is sort of what the show's about. So I don't know if the show will ever go into that territory, but if there was a guy, if they were going to set that up, I would say that this would be a good place to do it. But, you know, judging by the trend of the show, I don't know if that's going to be possible.
Yeah,
but
it's interesting. And I wonder if he clearly, I think he said he was in the semifinals of the previous one. So he's definitely on a really talented team, but Hinata didn't recognize him. So he's not, I don't think he's one of like the top guys necessarily, but probably on a really solid team. And we're gonna, find out more about them next time. Maybe we'll recognize them once we see their like outfits.
Maybe. I just know that I remember when Bokuto was talking about like, yeah, I'm the 5th best player in the country. And there's 4 guys above me. There was like, there was Oikawa was above Bokuto, and then it was, I forget if Ushiwaka, I think Ushiwaka was number 3, and then there were 2 other guys that I think were like shadowed. I don't think this is gonna be this guy, but the fact that they got in on like basically recommendation or didn't have to qualify for it means that they're possibly big shit.
Yeah, well, that's what he said, is because he was in this, if you did well in the previous one, then you got to like skip what they're doing now. So I guess, and he said they were in the semifinals, so they're pretty good, I suppose.
We're gonna move right along. Check out Patreon to see the next episode right now. Hope you guys leave a like and subscribe. Thank you for returning to our channel, and thank you for all your support. Thank you very much. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
Bye-bye.